Spam F for 1 minute. Hola amigos. FF. Share the stream. F for 1 minute. I think. If you want to join, please stay patient. Laugh will let everyone get a turn. Do you enjoy Nightbot in chat? I think it was saying servers open 9:30 p.m. for me. I'm pretty excited for the new chapter. Please don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on. Spam F for 1 minute. Share the stream.
Alright. Well, I figure if I'm just gonna sit here and make you guys stare at a screen, I might as well try to put on some sort of video to make some commentary too. That's the shitty part about PlayStation, and with my capabilities that I've got, I can't show you guys the video that I'm watching. But I can have it playing in the background. Which, I mean, in some cases are better. Just gonna have to find an interesting video to click on. Here, this one's titled "Trump Crashed Out" from 21 hours ago.
Trump crashed out on Thanksgiving. He did. He crashed out on
Damn, that's the one big tweet or post, I guess.
Thanksgiving, and it was a big day for him yesterday. It was a very, very big day. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens, patriots. It is so nice allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being politically correct is just plain stupid.
Dang. I don't know if that's crashing out or if that's base, though. Low key. Let me try to reread some of that. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, and murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world for being, quote-unquote, politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. I guess he didn't finish saying that part.
Whenever it comes to immigration.
Now he finished saying that part. So, trying to dissect what that means. I think he's like trying to call out all the people that he feels in his eyes that are ruining the country. I feel like there's got to be a better video to commentate too. Steve Will Do It addresses Nelk Boys drama crashes out on Mr. B. What is this? Do I really care? I'm just gonna continue letting this guy yap.
The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people census. I guess that probably, I don't know if that could include
53 million out of, I think it was close to 400 last I checked, or in the 400 mils. The States has a large population, but that's about almost, give or take, around 10%. And I was looking into that the other day, it's about 14% it was saying in the 2021 censuses that they done. So given that's a large amount of people, but I mean there's plenty of places that are worse when it comes to that. Like for example, Canada's almost double that of which the United States has when it comes to first-generation immigrants. But let's continue.
Like all the illegals, it's probably hard to say. Most of which are on welfare from failed nations, from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. So,
before he continues, I'm gonna just say that there's not lots of like proper infrastructure and like things built within society for these situations and scenarios when people get stuck in these scenarios and come here. There's not enough legal pathways for them to become legal citizens. But at the same time, see, I feel like it's very much a blue pill, red pill issue. It's like Biden let everybody in, and then now Trump's not letting nobody in, kind of thing. Why can't just some people come in? Not even everybody, just some people. I don't know. Gotta put up these like Like, the way I see it is the only reason that they're stuck with, like, being housed and freaking stuck on welfare and all that kind of stuff is more than likely because of the fact that we don't really have anything within society to help them out. Like, imagine you come from a war-torn country and you're just trying to escape it. You don't speak even the slightest bit of English, but then you come to the land of the free, America, in hopes for a better life. And then there's not much, like, for somebody like that, there's not much to go for. Like, there are institutes that would help you with your education and your English and all that kind of stuff, but just the way that they would be able to find these things becomes difficult whenever they don't have the same ability to communicate. I could just ask in English to, like, somebody, like, you know, where's the nearest, like, education place or whatever, you know? Somebody in a foreign tongue might not be able to ask that as easily. So then, yeah, I could see lots of, like, downfalls from stuff like that, because then they'd get used as, like, second class citizens or something. People be abusing that.
What he's saying is that there are over 26 million people here from foreign countries that are on welfare.
Wait, I thought you said 50.
Or mentally
Oh, about
ill.
half of them. Okay.
I say send them back. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably way more. Yeah, we gotta send them back. Like, what is this? And yeah, how are they on welfare? I mean, because again, he's talking about people that are foreign born, not people that are illegal aliens, right?
I don't support sending them all back. Send the ones back that are, like, the heaviest burdens to your society, and then keep the ones that are trying. You know, if they're trying and they're contributing in some sense, whether it be like paying their taxes or just helping with, like, contributing towards society by just filling a role, you know? I feel like it's important. Like, if you're in here and you're doing a lot of bad, or not in here because I'm not American, but if you're in, like, I guess North America, and you're here doing bad stuff, you know? I don't really want you here. And bad stuff is kind of broad, you know, not just illegal stuff, but, you know, if you're being a huge burden on the economy, for example, then, yeah, that's not good. See, I hope that the States doesn't become like one of them closed border countries, because I feel like that's kind of where they're heading right now. One of those places that becomes super hard to travel, super hard to visit. You get treated like not the best when you're there, always watched. So wait, hold up, wait. Let me just re-wrap my head around this whole thing. So Trump is crashing out about immigrants on Thanksgiving? Wait a minute. Who are you? Wait. Cause, like, if anybody knows anything about Thanksgiving, I feel like that's just kind of hypocritical. Only reason you're able to celebrate your little Thanksgiving is because of what you did to the native populations back then. I'm just gonna keep yapping because that's what I'm good at. I don't know. What time is it? it's not time for Fortnite yet. I was doing this magic trick with this elastic band, and I taught it to my little sister, and then she showed my dad, and my dad was like, "Whoa, that's a really good trick." And then I was there, I was like, "Bruh, I just showed you that." Just showed you that. I'm trying to think of if I have any more points that I could bring up to like the last thing that I heard within the video. I'm only like a minute into this video, so I think if I just continue doing this, I can kill a lot of time. It's been a minute of the video, but I've talked about the contents of this 1 minute of said video for about 10 minutes, I'd say. And there's about 41 minutes total in this video, so we got 40 more to go. If I keep treating it like this, then might just forget that the Fortnite update even exists. I'm envious of people like Asmongold, just because he's got like a community that actually cares about like the things that go on in today, like in the world. They might not all have the best opinions, and they're all very opinionated and whatnot, but just having people to engage with these kind of topics is fun.
So yeah, and where's the rest of this here? Beautiful Hearts was here. They and their children supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens. So I'm really glad Trump is saying this, is that the amount of money that I think that we end up spending on a lot, like in my opinion, like if somebody comes to the U.S. and they're living here and they're not doing like an essential job, and like they're not a citizen, right? They're like just a resident or something like that, and they're a net negative taxpayer, they need to go back home.
See, that's kind of what I was saying. If you're gonna be a burden on the society, and like that could be economically speaking, that could be like even criminally speaking, if you're gonna be a burden on the society that you're trying to assimilate into, then clearly it's not working and something has to be fixed. So it's either prison, but you can't just imprison people for all these circumstances, or deportation. Because if you're going to be a huge burden to the society, then that's not good. But I also would say that you'd have to give these people enough of a chance, right? So let's say somebody's been here for like 30 days. Chances are they don't have enough time to have a chance to contribute to your society as much as somebody who might have been here for 5 years. And if you've been here for 5 years and you're just being a burden to society economically or whichever way, then it's not good. But then again, if you start treating immigrants like that, what happens next is, do you start treating like Canadian-born citizens the same way, or American-born citizens the same way? If they're being a burden to the society economically speaking, what would make them any difference between the two, besides like their home place of birth? So it just makes me think, it's like if they're willing to just do that to them, then what tells me that they'd never do that to us? There's a lot to unpack and think about, right? Now, I don't think that they'd deport a bunch of people to a different country that they're not born in or not born from. There is cases of that, but that's circumstantial. where it's like I think Colombia didn't want their people, so then they sent the Colombians to Venezuela or something like that, or the reverse, or maybe I'm just getting places mixed up at this point. That's America I'm talking about. BT dubs. I feel like there's just so much information with all the stuff that's going on currently in the world, like globally speaking right now, that it's hard to retain it all. Because there's just so much things that are like conflicting with one another. And sometimes you'll hear like a news story about one thing from like the left or from the right, or just from an unbiased media source. Um, and they'll give you completely different stories based off the same event.
Is anyone else here?
I don't know. I'm just yapping. It says 2 viewers, and I don't have my stream open, so I guess there's someone else there. Who's asking? Tristan. What's your views on Trump, Tristan? As like a younger American citizen, what's your views?
My outlook on it, right, is like they need to go back home. Because
I
like,
don't
why is
know.
it that
I
we have
think he's
people in
better
here
than
that
any other presidents I know about that.
I don't know. I think he's better than any other presidents I know about that I've had. And when you say that I've had, do you mean within your lifetime? Because you'd be too young to remember Obama's
Yes.
presidency. And the only presidents that you've probably remembered within your lifetime would be Biden and Trump, because they went Trump, Biden, Trump. Within like recent history, and you're quite young, so given that amount of time, you'd have only really
Yes.
known about those two. I mean, Obama done a lot of positive and negative things. He's viewed as like a positive and negative person. But I can say the same thing about within my lifetime. Maybe not about like doing good part, but like I've never seen any president within my entire lifetime that's been this active, that's done that much. Or not even, maybe not even that he's done that much, but I've never heard about a president doing this much. Usually, I don't know, Trump is the president that go like it happened with Biden a little bit because of his old age and stuff, and because people wanted to make fun of him, but Biden would pop up a decent amount on like media, social media, and news and stuff like that. Trump is everywhere. Trump is everywhere. He's like,
Biden literally did everything but good things.
see, some people can view what Biden was doing as good things, you know? Some of the stuff. Some people. And that's the issue, right? When you have this like red pill, blue pill system, everybody likes to point out the flaws from the other side rather than look at what they've done good. And there's always a mix of both within any political system. You just have to hope that the person that you're electing will do more good than bad. A lot of politics, a lot of it is just literally trying to go in and fix what the other people have done. That's most of their campaign, is literally like, how do I fix what this other party did before me? You know what I mean? Back in the day, it used to be the parties working together saying, okay, how can we sit down, work together, and figure this out? Which system do you think worked better? The system where we fight all the time today? Or the system back then where the two parties would sit down and discuss things and work out a agreement that most people would be on board with? Not just most people on their side, but most people in total. I feel like the old systems worked better. You look at the way that like old politicians, like old presidents and their oppositions used to speak to one another, and they used to speak with the utmost respect and dignity that was like required of the time. Because if you were, back then, if you were to go in there and your whole campaign was just about how bad the other person was, then everybody would see that as you have nothing to offer and bring to the table yourself, so you're just trashing on the other party. Whereas the other party actually has stuff to present, so then the one that says the most like aggressive towards the other party technically is seen as the fool back then and gets dismissed and does not get elected. Whereas nowadays it's the person who disses the other party the most gets the most amount of clout and the most backing. You know what I mean? It's like the Republicans try to clown on the Democrats as much as they can nowadays. Try to find dig up as much dirt, find out as much as they can about them. And then same thing with the reverse. I don't know which one I just said, but like the Democrats versus Republicans and versus Democrats, they both do it to each other. You don't really have that same level of respect nowadays. And then it's the same thing within my Canadian politics. It's really funny because you'll see them discussing stuff, right? You'll see them discussing stuff within like a super formal setting, super formal, like suits and ties and everything, right? And like almost looks like a courtroom with like freaking the magistrate or whatever right there, or whatever he's called, right? And they address each other as like the respectable opposition and the respectable Mr. Prime Minister. But then as soon as they start talking, you just hear the side, like the other side. Like if it's the left that's speaking, then the right side, all the people in the peanut gallery in the crowd, they're just like saying, no, that won't work, that's trash, no, blah blah blah, you suck. And then whenever the right's talking, you hear the left going and saying the same stuff. No, you suck. It's like, bro. And then the actual leaders of both parties within this super formal, respectful setting will poke jabs at one another and say stuff that you should not really say within like super formal settings. So the time of talk is over now. The days of the pen being mightier than the sword is over now.
In the croissant.
Croissant. Are you going to finish that croissant? Are you going to finish that croissant? Are you going to finish that croissant? No, this world is gonna...
Orange. 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 Orange, 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 orange.
Don't be spamming. It's one of the reasons I don't turn on text-to-speech.
Okay.
Because people just spam stuff because it sounds funny. I get it. I understand. I used to do it too. But when, you know, Yeah. Trying to talk, and all I hear is orange, 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 orange. No, this world is coming to a breaking point. People don't really see it, but the ones that do, I think we just come to accept it.
I identify as Apple.
Currently, there's a war going on within America. If you had a bunch of foreign invaders inside your country, you think that the news and the government would say, hey, we got a bunch of foreign invaders here? Or do you think that they would try to take care of that without saying exactly what they're doing? Really weird how many wildfires there were this year. I don't know if that's caused... See, I have a couple conspiracies with all these wildfires this year. A, it's just natural and man-made accidents. So like power lines, snap out in the middle of the forest, stuff like that. There's lots of different things that are like man-made that can cause a wildfire. B, terrorist attacks. I believe that maybe there's foreign invaders inside these countries that the news and media does and governments don't want to address to like concern. They don't want to concern the people and scare the people, so they'll, just say it's all natural and stuff. Well, trying to take care of it. So I believe it could be like terrorist attacks.
Donating, emoji money back, emoji money back, emoji heavy $sign, emoji heavy $sign, emoji money back, emoji
directed energy
face.
Weapons that are like secretly held by the governments, and like freaking laser beams in space, or from like some spy planes or some shit, some like stealth planes.
Spam F for 1 minute.
And if you don't believe in directed energy weapons like freaking lasers that'll catch everything and anything on fire existing, then you're wrong. There's lots of people that actually theorize or conspiratize, I don't know if that's the right grammar, that the Hawaii fires, I think in Maui or wherever that was, were actually caused by like lasers. Now what does this have to do with anything? I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm just tired today. I'm just tired. Because like the whole conspiracies and stuff, like I can't put sense to them. Like the whole idea of the directed energy weapons, yes, they exist, but why would they just do that? Like there's no reason to like go after Hawaii. Hawaii's chill. Unless it wasn't our lasers. Oh no. I like to dive into conspiracies. I don't like to live within a conspiracy world, but I like to dive into them. I've even dove into the frickin' flat earth conspiracy theories. Those ones are wild. They really try to get you to believe They try to tell you anything. I don't care what shape this planet is. It could be a globe, it could be a square, it could be an oval, it could be egg-shaped, it could be... I don't even care.
If Earth is flat, then how does the sun work?
Well, supposedly from the flat Earth theories, the sun is set in a position within the sky where it does go up and down, but it mainly just goes like a circle around the flat Earth, which then casts a shadow that like wherever the sun is not hitting, everywhere else is shadow, I guess. Nighttime. It's a weird, like I've looked
Please
at.
don't forget
how
to subscribe
it
with
looks.
notifications turned
It
on.
looks like it could work, but at the same time, it's like, then explain all the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean? Because that only explains one thing. And then the flat Earth
Well,
stuff.
how
It doesn't.
does the Earth curve?
So you know,
Spam F
you know
for
how
1
the
minute.
the sun sets for a very limited amount of time in like the South Pole and North Pole. It's like half the year it's lit and half the year it's not. It's completely dark. Well,
Yes.
flat Earth cannot
Share the
explain
stream.
that.
Yee.
Flat Earth cannot explain that. Because no matter how many times they'll try to model this sun and moon system on this flat Earth, they can never do it to where it accounts for
Please don't
all
forget
these
to
other
subscribe.
things. You know what I mean?
You.
Like it doesn't account for like 6-month seasons. Except I think I've seen one that kind of would work. But the only other one that would quote unquote work is if there was actually 2 suns. And if the Earth was a lot bigger than it's made to seem. But I don't believe in none of that. All I'm saying is I've actually like dove into like lots of different conspiracies, including that. I dove so far into like alien theories and stuff that I know
If you
exactly what's
want to
going on
join,
with
please
UFOs.
stay patient. Laugh will let everyone get a turn. If Earth is flat, how can we go up an elevator and see the sunset again?
Well, here's a question for a globe, right? So when you see something like a boat go over the horizon, then how is it that if you were to use binoculars or zoom in with a phone or a telescope that you're able to see that ship still that was already past the horizon? So in other words, the ship has gone over the curve of the Earth, but then if you zoom in, then you're able to see it. Huh. You know gravity is just a theory, right? Any fact that is a fact is just a theory that's just agreed upon, technically. So the idea that the Earth is a globe and that is a fact is incorrect inherently because of the fact that it's a theory until you can prove it. But there's enough evidence backing this theory for you to believe it until otherwise proven incorrect. That's how it works. So basically, you gotta believe it until you see something that proves otherwise. Because we ain't got no better explanation. That's what life is. That is what life is. And the idea that Earth is super spherical, like what you see inside your classroom globes, is actually incorrect. Earth's actually more elongated around the horizon. Because imagine just spinning a pizza, like a ball of pizza dough. It's gonna turn into kind of a disc over time with enough spins. Well, what looks like a disc, a flat Earth. So if you were to take the common sense behind it, is that we live on a spherical flat Earth. It's like it's flat and spherical at the same time. Ain't nobody wrong and ain't nobody right. When you really think about it.
Here's one question I got: so if matter cannot be created or destroyed, then how did we get everything we have? Please don't forget to subscribe with notifications turned on. Spam F for 1 minute. Share the stream.
Sorry, what was your question? I zoned out for a second. I was reading something. Here's one question I got. So if matter cannot be created or destroyed, then how did we get everything we have? Give me a second to think about that. Um, so that's our best leading theory, is that matter slash energy, either one, cannot be created nor destroyed, correct? That's our best leading theory.
Yee.
Well, then if that's correct, then it only can be recycled. Which means that all life on Earth originated from other sources.
Emoji money back, emoji heavy $sign,
which
emoji
doesn't
heavy $sign,
align with the
emoji money
cosmological
back, emoji
scale
face.
of what we know about the dates within this known universe. Because we're able to look at the cosmic background radiation, and we're able to basically tell ourselves how old the observable universe is. See, we know a lot about the known universe that we can see, but there's a lot within, not even with, like, outside of our known universe, right? But within our known universe that we don't even know of. So we're able to use our instruments and all this kind of stuff and tell you that we think that this planet is made up of mostly carbon and like whatever else, right? But what we don't know and what we don't have is any machines or instruments that are able to detect things that they do not know of.
Also, they say the universe is constantly expanding, but how is it expanding if
you
matter
ever
can't
seen
be
one
made?
of those videos with like a diamond tester, or even one of those really advanced like metal testers that'll test exactly how much like metal is inside of like your piece of like gold chain or whatever, how much copper might be in there, or zinc or whatever? Well, that detects
Are you
known
enjoying
elements.
the stream? Emoji thinking face.
That detects known elements. So all of our instruments are calibrated and based off of the known elements that we know within the periodic table of elements.
If you want to join,
Not just the
please
ones
stay
that
patient. Laugh will let
found
everyone
here
get a
on
turn.
Earth, but the ones that we've created here on Earth as well, and there's quite a few. So we're able to detect those, but there's a lot of things out there that we do not know of. So we do not know the matter within the black holes that are out there. There's much dark matter out there that we do not know of. Most of the... I have a better question for you. I have a really good question for you, and this one actually bothers me. Alright? Here, let me turn off Nightbot, because Nightbot's going to be annoying. Are you ready for this? Are you...
Yee. Please
Alright,
don't
I gotta try
forget
to
to
find a way to
subscribe
formulate
with
this into a
notifications
proper
turned on.
sentence. Also, I gotta turn Nightbot off. Alright. So, based off your observations, is light the absence of darkness, or is darkness the absence of light? Just a question. Don't look it up. Just based off of your observations. It's not a trick question.
What is absence?
So absence. So is like one is missing when the other one's not there. So is light missing when darkness is not there? Or is darkness missing... Wait, did I just say the same thing? Is light missing when darkness is not there, or is darkness missing when light's not there? I feel like that's too simplified of a way to break that down. I guess it works though. Like if you don't go to school, you're going to be absent, for example, because you're going to be missing that day. Everyone else is still going to be there, but you'll be absent. It's one stupid way of breaking it down, but it works, kind of.
I honestly have no idea.
Alright, well anyways, science will tell you that darkness is simply the absence of light. So, if light's not there, darkness is only there because light's not there. Right? Kind of makes sense, right? So, basically, darkness is just... It's not a thing. It's just... So darkness is not a thing. It's just if light's not there. Because it's the absence of light. You see what I'm saying? So darkness is just is just light missing. If that makes sense. It's light that's not there. Or no, it's not light that's not there, but it's just because light's not there, it's there.
That's like
Darkness
saying what is nothing.
Now here's my next point. What's more abundant in the universe? And abundant just means more. What is there more of in the universe? Darkness or light?
dark.
Well, if darkness is the more abundant source within the universe, then why is light? Why is light not the absence of darkness instead of the reverse? Because light gets measured by the photons that it emits or whatever, right? Whereas darkness, we have nothing to measure that by. So we say that it's nothing because we have nothing to quantify it by. But there's more of it out there in the universe. So how is it that it is how can it be the thing that's missing if there's more of it? It makes no sense. So light is technically the absence of darkness, but because we can't quantify what darkness is, and we can't measure darkness, we call it the absence of light. Freaking shit that frustrates me. I tried making a super ultimate grand unified theories of all
So darkness is just
theories.
the amount of light, but very little technically.
So wait, what? So darkness is just the amount of light, but not very little technically? No. No. So let's say you had one apple and then I took that away from you. Well, now you have no apple. But I have apple. So you have the emptiness, you have nothing, right? So that's the darkness, the nothing. It's the absence of. You see what I'm saying? So darkness doesn't exist, technically. It's just that when light's not there. Oh man, my brain is hurting. Now, my next question is, what's faster? The speed of light or the speed of darkness? The speed of light, because you can't quantify or measure darkness. But what's funny is darkness will fill the room instantaneously as soon as light's not there. Darkness is literally the medium in which light needs to travel through to meet the observer. So how is it that that cannot be quantified? I need to speak with fucking... Where's Albert Einstein when you need him, bro? I'm getting mad over here. Like...
FR.
But darkness does technically go faster than light. Because light won't move through... Like, if you have a room filled with just one wavelength of light within the visible light spectrum, and you try to shoot more light through that light, not much will really happen. Like, nothing will happen. But if you shoot that same light through darkness, all of a sudden you can observe it. It's just because we're not able to quantify, and like, we're not able to use, there's no light, like, you know how you can make a flashlight that shoots light? Well, you can't make a shadow light. We haven't gotten there yet. Or maybe you can, but it's not really the same. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I'm the narrator this time. In the beginning. Oh, dang it.
Zero Point has secretly connected civilizations.
In the beginning. In the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning.
The 0 point, trapping people in an endless loop.
Oh, I need to make a clip of that. In the beginning.
7 heroes came together to battle the imagined order and free the 0 point.
Get him!
The conflict ended with the 0 point shattered and strewn across all realities. And the fate of the 7
No, it's just 1.
is unknown.
No, it's 0. Do the 6, 7 again. Do it. Do it. Do it. It's the only reason I clicked on this. Woof. Oh, it's the wait. That's a moving reboot van. That was a moving reboot van, chat. They were riding in a reboot van. Are we gonna have reboot vans that we can drive? Chat. Sailboat.
You
Hope those are
self-revive in
gone.
back.
I hope that they're not all like that, because then people will like blow them up and stuff, and then you're not gonna be able to get none of your team back. I'm gonna go make a coffee real quick.
No. Some will be having the yellow things on tires so no drive but still work.
Alright, I am back. Let's see if we can spot anything else in here. Any other Easter eggs?
Throughout history, the 0 point.
Is it just me or did the island look small?
Civilizations.
Are they going with a smaller island again? 80 people?
For over
Look at
1,000
my
years,
chats,
the
I said.
Imagine Order controlled the 0 point, trapping people in an endless loop.
Some will be having the yellow things on the
7
tires,
heroes came
so
together
no
to battle
drive.
the Imagined Order
But still work?
and free
Cool.
the 0 point. The conflict ended with the 0 point shattered and strewn across all realities.
So this is all different realities. I kind of
Fate of the
figured
seven.
that this is all different realities each chapter that we've had. Ever since they've
I
disappeared.
self-revive when thrown in back. You.
It's gotta be one of my favorite scenes, is the Area 51 thing. This reminds me a lot of, you remember the season when we had like that big cuddle team head on the map? And it was like happy vibes, everything was great times. That's this. And that's when the IO and stuff end up appearing. The ship that's there looks like it's got something to do with Kevin, right? The aliens are back. I think. Look, the map looks smaller. I think it's gonna be an 80-player map. Or less. Just like the Simpsons one.
Remember Clombo? That huge animal that was friendly unless you shoot it.
Are we having Clumbos back? An error has occurred in the following application. Alright, I'm gonna be restarting the stream, I guess.